Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same old same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of dividing slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you curious. Each week, that week's speech should have you furious. The same old same, all hail King such and such. You say hell, I say hell, get off is much to be desired. Khutbah should be fire, let's rouse the believers. Situations dire.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
You claim Salafiyya, we follow the Salaf in understanding, but without the branding of law. Named us Muslim, with that we stay content. No division is titles, ego's a false idol. A mustard seed of kibba can land you in the fire. Plus that his beer is fueled by desires. Question, aren't y'all tired of dividing slaughter? May Allah grant us guidance. Shout out to the martyrs.
Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put fitna and dhul on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast. We put kufr and shirk on blast. Amoo Yum Yum the podcast.
Peep this, your grave, you may be near it. Life's short, yeah, that part, so take it serious. Think twice, that afterlife should have you. Assalamu alaikum, ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Amoo the podcast where we seek to cure the kufr infected by injecting the Islamic perspective.
Like
I'm
the
your
Rona.
host, Amoo and as always, the Bengali found no shoes walking down.
No, I wear my.
Oh,
this,
yeah.
it's,
Okay.
it's a sandal, but it's too big too. You know that?
He had on slides. So
Yeah. It's very it's very kind of doesn't fit my size. Look at that.
the Amoo you love to hate, Amoo Yusuf.
You see that? Look.
This is terrible. I don't want to look.
Yeah.
I don't wanna look.
Dude, this thing is so big, and I've been walking with this everywhere, even in my business meeting.
Yeah, I know basketball, football.
Seriously, I don't even care anymore. Hey, before we move forward, we gotta do the disclaimer. Indeed, the opinion of Amoo the podcast is based on Islam. Okay, our intentions are to be correct. However, we may not always be right.
Right.
Others may different concept, but
These are our.
Thank you. Come again.
Welcome to. Anyway, so,
Hey, I'll give you the permission. It's fine. You know,
yeah.
we can hate each other. It's all good.
He's the king of all desis. So.
King of all daisies.
Nevertheless,
Like the king and queens. You know, I know the black people write that the king and queen stuff. Hey, I'm a king too.
Oh man, I hate that crap. Man.
I hate it too, man.
Oh, I hate that crap.
Are you a queen? Are you a king?
Our beautiful black queens.
I'm like,
Our strong black kings. Like, man, dude, there's only one king and one queen per kingdom. How all y'all queens?
And-
You know, in Africa, we were kings and queens.
yeah, but you know what though?
Not all y'all.
But you know what though? In Islam, there's no king. Why would you all brag about this king and queen
You know,
nonsense?
they got certain sects that are already going to heaven.
Yeah.
They say that, you know, there's nothing wrong with being having a king because
What?
this, I mean,
What?
they give all the crazy evidence that's not even evidence itself. But,
Like,
you know,
what's his name? Imam Ahmed Hanbal said that if you follow the corrupt ruler, you are a wasakh. Dirty.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
So
I can hear the
you
stuff
can hear
there.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, let me cut this
Yeah.
off. Matter of fact, I need to silence my phone.
I know,
Also,
man.
this phone is trash, yo.
Yeah. Somebody please give him a gift. A nice phone.
I want nothing from you all.
Yeah. Hey,
Nothing.
Nothing at all. So, it's gonna be
Random. Randomly, I don't have a random.
that's very
No,
random. That's very random. That's very
I
random.
had a man. Look, okay. Here's my random. I had to be at work at 7:30 this morning,
Yeah.
which means I have to leave home by 7.
But that's not random. You always go to work.
No, I don't. I don't have a job. So I'm supposed to meet Brother Jawaz, you know, at the job site.
Whatever.
Man, we stayed up to 3:00
Oh, that was good.
talking about Dean, of course.
Alhamdulillah.
You know,
That was good. I got a brother
yeah.
from out of town, so
Yeah, so we talking about Dean, man. I got home like 3:00, yo. A little bit after 3, I was destroyed, man. I was destroyed.
that's why you sound tired still.
And I had to wake up
Yeah.
like 2 plus hours after to make Fajr.
2+ hours. That's new.
So me and my sons got up, we made Fajr. And then after that, I laid down, I texted Jawaz, I said, man, let's meet at 8:30. I thought I could give me another hour in, right? So I laid down, man.
Beast.
I woke up, still destroyed. I'm destroyed right now. But I'm a king.
Yeah. King of the South Side. Oh man, I went to sleep after Fajr. I'm not gonna have to relax. I'm gonna have to chill in my sleeping. I gotta relax. So I waited till Fajr.
But see, it's compiled because my allergies make me sleepy, drowsy.
Yeah.
You know, kill momentum. But then beyond that, what happened? I didn't get any sleep. So I just took a nap. I took a nap between Dhuhr and Asr. Yeah, we took a nap between Dhuhr and Asr, and so I mean I felt
That's
a little
good.
bit better,
That's good.
but you know,
That's very good.
so anyway,
Yeah, you should take a lot of rest. You know.
yeah, rest is really important, man.
Yeah. Now listen to your body, man. Your body has a lot on you.
I was gonna come out last night, but I texted
Yeah, he said he's
you
gonna
back.
be
was
sleepy. I
like-
said just
was
go to
like,
sleep, man.
yeah.
I said you're so. I want to tell him. I didn't tell him that. But I'm gonna tell him right now. That was very beta. He was so sleepy. Well, you're a young man.
Hey, in the background,
Yeah.
someone you can't see because he's wanted.
He's like, he's so young.
Amoo Amir,
Yeah.
he's in the background because we can't.
He's so young and energetic and
Yeah,
powerful. And
YouTube will
everything.
cancel us.
Yeah. I'm the one who's
He's
dying
a,
here.
He's a black king.
Yeah. He's very black.
I'm a
He's
bitch.
very black king. Like really. There you go. Yes, Prince. Don't forget to share this, y'all.
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
Yeah, today's subject is kind of interesting.
Yeah, because I didn't give you much feedback on it.
I know.
Yeah, I threw it out there.
I was like, I want to do some research. Nah, just forget it. I'm gonna just do some work.
The first flyer was, I told him, he said, what's the topic? I told him, coming to America, the Amoo Yusuf story, which is very intriguing story, mashallah.
Yeah, inshallah, we'll have it one day. For
sure. So I'm telling him, let's do it. And he's like, oh, it's too long. It's too long. Pause. So anyway, so I said,
where's the pause, Joe?
I was just thinking about that.
So
is it right here?
So he said he didn't want to do it. So I said, okay. He said, what's the topic? I said, okay, terrorism. He says, so he sends me a copy of a sample flyer, terrorism. Like,
just to kind of get on his nerve.
I say, man, I learned from Ahmed D that long time ago.
Just to get on his nerve.
I learned from him a long time ago that your title has to be like he talked about clickbait before it was clickbait. Wow. He talked about how he used to drive around. He would see the Christians put up placards. He called them placards, little signs in front of the churches, and it was always "Live your life with this," or it was "Is he coming?" It's like something like. Yeah, you kind of
attention getter.
I knew he was gonna get on his nerves, so that's what I did on purpose, just how he reacts.
so like the title should be catchy. It shouldn't be just terrorism.
I want to put like a exclamation at the end. Like, should I put it this one? Like,
so anyway,
oh man.
So I sent it back. Yeah. I said, no, man. I said, what? I said, let's call it. What terrorizes the terrorists?
Oh yeah,
the question gets you thinking.
You'd be surprised who the terrorists are.
Yeah, because it can be people think from both sides. Both sides think, oh, this is my subject.
Yeah.
Think about it. Those who are and those who are they're all gonna think that, oh, this is my title.
Yeah.
Let's see what you're gonna talk about.
Well, anyway, I guess we'll begin with Quran.
Yes.
It's like, remember this ayat, 2 ayat. He said, Allah Ta'ala says, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillahir Rahim. He said, وَقِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. If you say to them, do not make mischief in the earth. Mm-hmm. قَالُوا, they say, إِنَّنَا, is it إِنَّنَا? Verily we... No, إِنَّا نَحْنُ مُسْلِمُونَ.
What ayah was this?
This is a Baqarah, is it 11 or... Not maybe 11. Anyway, he said, verily we are mufsidun, we are muslimun, we are peacekeepers. You know what I'm saying? They say they're not mufsidun, they're muslimun. They're peacekeepers. You got it?
Yeah, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْلِمُونَ.
قالوا.
Yeah. قالوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مسلمون.
They say they say they're muslimun. They say that they are not muslimun. Muslimun.
Muslim, actually,
they make salih. They make reparations.
Yeah.
They repair. They fix matters. They make good between two warring factions or differing factions. They're Muslim, like the Muslim. They claim that they're like that, but Allah says no. He said, verily they are the mufsidun, but they don't perceive it. They don't understand. They don't even comprehend that they are. And this is what we are experiencing when it comes to who are the actual terrorists. See, the terrorists, as Allah says, they perceive not that they are actually the fitna causes.
Yeah.
And a lot of them understand that they cause, but they say it's a necessary evil. This is their language. It's a necessary evil that we do such and such. If they're going to defund a certain 3-letter organization of so-called terroristic funding, then that 3-letter organization, it is in their best interest to do some facsimile of what they want the wage increase to reflect. So they go boom, right? So what happens now? The budget is approved. Why? Because a bus blew up. Or this, So these are the mufsidun. These are the fitna makers. They're not the muslimun or the people that make reparations. So when I thought of what terrorizes the terrorists, why are these people going through these extremes in order to villainize Islam? Why do they go through these extremes? Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I have here is that first of all, if you notice, since Rona, there's been very little or low acts. Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of it is just the mass shootings. You know, the mass shootings that according to the FBI website, 90% are by good law-abiding Americans that do the school shootings and the mass shootings and rolling over people in their cars and all this type of stuff. These are the good old founding father lookalikes. You know what I'm saying these are the ones that commit 90% of the so-called terrorism. Muslims are a small percentage, not even the 10% left over. Muslims, so-called Muslims or Arabs or whatever they want to call them, are very low on the totem pole of quote unquote terrorism.
Yeah.
But yet and still, when you hear terrorism, you think about Muslims. You think about Muslims.
And the reason you think about Muslim because the Western politics, the media, the think tank, they are the ones redefining it. The way they define family, they're redefining what the word terrorism means from their perspective. So if some act goes against their what a belief system is, okay, you're a terrorist. But when they do it, oh, he's not a terrorist. Maybe mentally ill or drained,
he was troubled,
stuff like that. So it's like a double standard.
Everybody's trouble. See, everybody's trouble based on some not they don't even call it societal. They call it household dysfunction. His dad left when he was 7. It's an isolated incident.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Islam, if a Muslim does something, it's Islam. It's Islam. It's not anything intricate in his life. It has to be the umbrella of Islam. Now, we were discussing Islam till 3 o'clock in the morning.
That was good, man.
When we were discussing Islam 3 o'clock, it was good, man. It was good, but I'm tore up right now. So discussing Islam at 3 o'clock in the morning. Alhamdulillah, fruitful conversation. Yeah. But one of my statements was when all the brothers were there, because we had but now Rayed and
all those gangs,
Ali, all of them were there. Yeah. Dandaman.
Yeah. That was there too.
So what happens is that I asked a question. I said, when you hear anti-Semitic, I say, who has been attacked? They're like, well, it's the Semites. I said, oh, come on, man, give me a specific. He said, the Jew. I say, thank you. They control the narrative.
Yeah.
So when you say terrorism, Muslim, it don't matter if we don't do it.
Yeah.
It matters they do it. 97+%.
Still,
Yeah. So, and as I mentioned to the brothers, I say, I know people. I'm not gonna say who, in the military, retired now, military that said they said in meetings that they didn't have the security clearance for.
Yeah.
And they heard, and they seen the commanders give young Muslims and groups of Muslims orders to go do something. Then it hits the front page, terrorism. He said he's seen that, and because our discussion was 9/11 an inside job. He said, well, I seen this and that, but I don't think they did 9/11. What you think they did 9/10? he didn't quite reach 9/11. He thought, but they did do 9/10. It was a Monday.
Again, if you look at the history of any nation, even this country, you can see in the history of this nation too, there are a lot of terroristic acts, right? To the native, to whatever. I mean, there are a lot of, there's a history behind it.
Yeah.
When the country is established on that, I mean, I'm not surprised, especially when you go to war to Middle East and different places. I mean, you terrorize those, poor, brown, black, none like you people, right?
Yeah.
You can do all this stuff. But again, what Malcolm X, when he said that famous statement, what is it? The right. So but he actually, that's a true political statement because he understands the reality of what's happening. Even Muhammad Ali didn't go to the fight in Vietnam. All this history, it's there, right? Yeah. And I don't know why people tend to forget it, or this, on purpose, want to forget it. And if you even check the so-called, this is the funny thing about this system here in this country, that the Freedom of Information Act. If you just go to that website, it's sometimes kind of complicated how to search for things, but everything is there. It's like they're gonna show you all the crazy stuff that they do, in your face. Yeah.
And it won't affect the status quo. You know why? Because they're not that concerned.
Yeah.
They're not that concerned.
Right.
So when I told the brothers, I said, when you hear anti-Semitic, who's being attacked? And they agreed, reluctantly, Jews. I say, but the Arabs, anybody that speaks Aramaic, Hebrew, Arabic, I say, these people are Semitic people. I said, so why is it that when you attack, if you attack the Arab, you good.
Yeah.
But you attack the Jew, you're anti-Semitic.
See? Selective.
Yeah, it's selective. So they control the narrative because they have the power. So they have the power. The Muslims relinquish the power.
Here's another thing you mentioned about they got the power, and that's why a Muslim unfortunately needs to understand that if you don't have the power, whatever position you come from to seek help and aid and whatnot, you're coming from a weak point of view,
Yes.
from a weakest position. And guess what? The power don't respect the weak. So it doesn't matter how many times you do petition, you go to the Congress, you're gonna ask. It's not gonna happen. It's just politically, it's not strategic to go with the weak.
So I have a theory why during the 2 years of Corona, why there was low terrorism talk. Of course, the massive mass shootings and stuff by people that look like the forefathers. You know what I'm saying? So I know why it was like that. My theory is because the American intellect is so low they can't handle two distractions at the same time. So we're gonna put terrorism on hold.
Yeah.
You know. And we're gonna focus on Corona. Yeah, we'll focus on Corona. And the Muslims say that if the Masajid would have bucked the system of Corona and kept praying the way of the Sunnah of the Rasul Muhammad Sallallahu, they'd have kept doing that. They'd say, "Oh, these are Corona terrorists. They want to get infected and infect us." Yeah. So they gather at these Masajid and like a petri dish of Iman, and stuff like that. So petri dish of Iman. Now, I think that's what they would have done, but the Muslims over complied.
Yeah,
the Muslims over complied.
No mandate in Texas. There's no mask mandate.
They still have a mask on. Everyone else, all the businesses, 100% open in Texas. Yeah. They're all having fun. We're all enjoying. They go into the park, and now there's a fiesta happening. By the way, in San Antonio, people are having fun on the street. In the masjid is still.
But the thing about it is that even the masjid that we attend mostly, at that masjid, they put X's and O's, I guess. Man. I don't know. X's and O's on the carpet.
They want to play the X.
So you know where to stand. Yeah. But guess what? That's not even 6 feet. They're like 2 feet apart.
Yeah.
So 3 feet at the most. I think it's 2 feet. But the logic is not there.
Yeah.
And they were the ones really pushing. You gotta wear the mask. You gotta do this. And
because again, Muslims are weak, man. They can't stand up.
Well, Allah says they're liars. Allah says they're liars. So Fauci comes out.
Who's they? Dr. Fauci and them?
Well, the leaders of Kufr.
That's a mistake. Don't call him doctor. He's Sheikh.
Oh, okay.
Sheikh. Mufti Fauci.
Yeah, Ma'allim Sheikh Ustad Fauci. Okay. All the three.
So what he said, even though I'm listening, it don't make sense because he's making double statements. What he said didn't make any sense, a lot of it, but I'm not a scientist, and neither has he been for many, many years. But he supported research to make that Rona virus disease compatible to human, meaning he spent money research and supported how they will make it jump from animal to human, right?
Yes.
And also gain a function, which means to turn it into even more deadly, to amp it up, to put an equalizer on it. And that's what they actually did. Now, why? This is the thing about we talked about before. Islam, we don't have any incentive or any motivation from Quran or Hadith to torture. So all of the torture you may hear about in Egypt and you hear about the Turkish prison and all this kind of stuff, all this torture was the CIA taught that. The CIA taught these Muslims who didn't have any inkling of torture. They taught these weak-minded Muslims how to torture and how to mutilate and how to peel the skin and take off the fingernails. And guess what? Guess what the torture people say? They say, we don't get credible information through torture. They tell us whatever we want to hear. So why are you doing it? Because that guy's a Muslim. And you want to torture him. Why? Because he says, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. So my bar says, who is the terrorist? If not these kafir derelicts, secular capitalists, bar humbug and fiddlesticks. What ain't broke, don't fix. Hell of heaven, think quick. Islam is the only way to get it. And they understand that Islam is the correct. So what do? Islam is the target. Islam is vilified.
Yeah.
Islam is vilified. It is the target. So, again, the low intellect can't focus on two different distractions. I use this all the time. Okay, when you got a little baby, and you want the baby to focus on the camera to take a picture. You want the baby doing this while you're taking a picture, right?
Yeah.
You want the baby to focus on what they get. They get the birdie. Look at the birdie. Look at the birdie.
Right.
And the baby looks up. They go click. Got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it works for pictures. See, when you're because it's a child. I'm not saying the intellect is low on a child. I'm not trying to talk.
For sure.
The intellect is low. They haven't developed
Attention
consciousness and attention span, stuff like that. So you got to distract the child. Imagine there were two birds. The child would be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't have two birds. So we got one bird terrorism, one bird Rona, right? And they say, okay, let's put terrorism down. Let's distract them with the Rona.
Yeah, dangle it. Yeah.
So anyway, the intellectuals amongst the kuffar, I mentioned before another discussion by Joe Rogan. He said that because Joe Rogan will host a person that has a concept in discussing the corruption of capitalism, right? The corruption of the democratic so-called capitalist system, right? He would host that. He would have that person in, and they would talk about it. But at the end of the discussion, how it always ends? Damn, it's the best we got.
Wow.
That's how it ends. But it's the best we got. So you justified every evil that stems from this system.
Yeah. So it's just banter.
Because it's not their
Well,
fault.
no, it's not just banter. They're putting out all of the ills, but they don't have a solution. Whose fault is that?
It's not their fault.
It's our fault.
Because we're not offering them.
We don't offer them any solution. We're on their bandwagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're on their lap doing knees like Megan.
There is a sheikh in Canada. He was talking about. He was saying to join these groups that advocate for the indigenous that are being affected, the indigenous people in Canada. And
Okay.
These
These are like putting a band-aid on
these social justice groups.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Grassroots, all
Yeah.
that.
And I was like, why can't we get together as Muslims and kind of like oppose, these injustice
With the Islamic
with
solution.
The Islamic solution.
Yeah.
Like,
But
why is that not being promoted?
Here it is. That they're not going to promote anything that goes against the grain, but they don't understand the grain is corrupt.
Yeah.
So the Muslims not going to promote anything that goes against the grain. See, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he did what they call a rip cut. He went against the grain.
Seriously,
And what happens if you want to? I'm gonna change that. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't do the rip cut. He cut the grain. He cut the grain. Because if you go a rip cut, you go with.
I thought you go against the grain, right?
Let me change it again. I'm messing up. It's my analogy. My analogy is here.
Rib cage.
Okay. Hold on. If you cut, look. Here's how it works. Look, if you cut with the grain on wood, talking about just wood, okay. You cut with the grain, you destroy your blade.
Pause.
You destroy your blade. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's and say, hey, look, I bought this wood. Can you cut it for me? They have a cutting department. They'll cut it for you. If you get a 2x4 and you want it cut in half, which is 1 3/4 inches, right down the middle, right? Okay, what happens is that they'll say, no, we can't do that cut. Why? Because it damages the blade to cut with the grain. So every time you go with the grain of society, you're damaging your blade. But when you cut across that grain, that is the easiest cut and the blade lasts longer. So that's what Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam did. He went against the grain. No, he went against the grain, not with the grain. And that's why, the blade of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam lasted. And it stays sharp even today, even though we put it down. Yeah. Even though we put it down, we abandon it. It stays sharp even today because that's the way the dawah works. So the Muslims, you ask why don't they use Islamic solution? Okay, this is the problem. Let's do the grassroots. Let's support a grassroots organization. No, here's the problem. Let's provide an Islamic solution. Say no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You know why? Because the people that made the problem are against the solution. So the Muslims are not going to do it. People that produce the problem, they were the source of the problem, or against the solution. That's how it works. That's how it works. So anyway, Joe Rogan will have these people on, right? And they would talk about the ills of society under capitalism, so on and so forth.
Corruption
and then they would say what? Okay, well, it's the best we got. Yeah. Okay. Now it is I can't even call it the best we got. Because you just pointed to all of the ills.
Yeah. How is it the best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's the best, then you understand why people go crazy and shoot up their workplaces.
Yeah.
You know, there has to be a relief. It's like I always mention. I say even the criminals of this society are victims. The criminals of this society are victims. You heard of just recently a guy approached like 2 or 3 girls. They were dressed like they had the uniform of a prostitute. So he walked up to them and said, "Hey, can I have some?" And they said no, and he started shooting them.
What? This happened recently?
Just recently, like a few days ago, less than a week ago, probably.
Wow.
He shot him. This is the incel people. The incels.
Oh.
So they can't get the women don't want to be with them.
Yeah.
So they'll kill a woman.
Where was this at?
I forgot. But yeah, he shot him. So this happens. Now he's a victim. You got to over sexualize society. It's like a meme. I just read the meme today. It says heterosexual, homosexual. Say it doesn't matter. Stop sexualizing children. You know what I'm saying? It didn't say homosexuality is cool or whatever. They didn't say that. They say whether homosexual, heterosexual. That's not the discussion. Why are we sexualizing children?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's funny because Sheikh Jibril posted a video of a drag queen dude, right?
Yeah.
And he was saying that, do you know what happens in the club? We have sex, we do dirty things, we do coke. Why would you put the children in this stuff?
Yeah.
What kind of parent? This is like, we do filthy stuff.
Yeah.
We do.
The drag queen.
Yes, he's saying that. This is not for children. We're all adult here.
Yeah.
We're in this club. We do, astaghfirullah, like nasty stuff, drugs and sex and why would you want to have your kids in this stuff? Like, why would you? What is wrong with you? Somehow that's ironic. Yeah. What is wrong with you people? This guy is saying that.
Yeah.
Looking for guidance in all the wrong places.
Yeah, there we go.
Subhanallah, man. Yeah.
But anyway, so
that's terrorism.
I contend, yeah, it really is. It terrorizes
Terrorizing
me.
the kids, man.
It terrorizes me because if you harm my child,
Yeah.
you've killed me. I'm a zombie now, and you can take that wherever it fits in. You just made me a zombie. I've been a zombie in Jahili before.
Yeah. It terrorizing the kids. It
threatened my sister.
The parents.
They threatened to shoot up my mom's house. They did, and I put the word on the street. I said, I'm gonna kill your babies. I'm gonna kill your baby and your grandma and work my way to the middle until I find you. I said, nobody's life is sacred. I said, touch one of my family. Nobody's life is sacred. That's from Jahili.
Yeah.
I was a zombie. Allah didn't see me. He didn't see well for me to die. Yeah. But it been many times, I could have died. But I'm saying, like, don't make me a zombie. Yeah. Leave my family alone. And that's real. So they can do whatever they want in that building, and stuff like that. I mean, hey, look, when Islam come back, blow that damn building up.
Come on, man. They're gonna take the clip now. We're gonna have like all the canceled and all the media.
No.
Hey, remember
that was a joke. That was a joke.
Yeah, remember the YouTube said a long time ago. You did an interview with the students. Asking the people like, can a Muslim drink a pork? I'm like,
I got in big trouble.
Yeah, you got in big trouble for that. Oh my God.
I told this Jewish dude. I said I was interviewing him at the university. Yeah. I said, are you Jewish? He said, well, I don't want you to know my religion or whatever. Finally, he said he was Jewish. I said, okay, cool.
Right.
I said, okay, Screech. I said the Jews have contributed a lot to society. Yeah. He said, yes. I say, like the NAACP, y'all started that. He said, yeah. I say the March on Washington. I say y'all gave Dr. King and his followers air-conditioned buses. Really to calm them down. So anyway, he said, yeah. I said y'all did 9/11.
Oh no, man!
And that's when I got in trouble. The media, San Antonio media area, they went at me.
It was a joke, right?
I mean, it's funny, but
no, the lady, one of the ladies from the care branch of San Antonio, because the Muslims started attacking me, right? It's especially the Muslim Student Association because they didn't want to be involved. They beta.
Got scared.
So anyway, straight beta. So older sister, right? Sister Sarawat, she's older sister. She came to my defense. She said, he's not the first person to say that. Why y'all attacking him?
Wow.
He said that they actually they caught some Jewish dudes filming it, laughing, giving high fives on top of a building.
That was in the news too, actually.
Yeah, they grabbed them, took them down to the police station, right? The Jews, Secret Service, the dignitaries, they walked in. They said they're coming with us. Took them out. They never heard from them again.
Could be Mossad, could be.
So I'm saying, like, when I said it, it was all for giggles.
Yeah.
Because it don't matter who did it.
Yeah.
It was not us. It was not us. It don't matter who did it.
Yeah.
And it served who, benefited who.
Yeah, that
Welcome to capitalism.
That
Welcome
fake
to
war,
capitalism.
man. Going to
welcome to
like
capitalism.
Iraq and Afghanistan. Look, how long did we in Afghanistan for that?
Yes.
This makes no logical
Now you
sense.
see the surplus of Afghani immigration.
Yeah. Of course.
Is that
It's
part of the plan?
Of course, part of the plan. Yeah.
Like,
That's how it works.
So it says,
workforce.
so the fear of Muslims is not terrorism, because the percentages are not there. Okay. And also who the act benefits. It's not that. I say they fear being bested. I think their fear of Islam and Muslims is that they'll be bested.
Yeah.
Even on the individual level, I'm telling you, I was working, doing some landscaping, and this woman passed by, and the guys I'm working with, they turned around and said, "Woo, woo, woo," like that. And they looked at me and said, I mean, I know, man, you're a Muslim, man. You don't do that, but we just plain old Baptists. So it's the guy's statement. You know?
What does that mean, old Baptist?
It's a sect of Christianity.
Yeah, a Baptist sect of Christianity.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, we just plain old Baptist. So they expected better for me because I was Muslim. You know what I'm saying? You know, they expected better. This older dude told me one time, he said, man, you know, my girlfriend's a Muslim, you know? And I said, what?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, man, you know, you say, man, one time I put some pork on the grill, she refused to eat that pork. I say, if she with you, she should eat the pork and the grill. He got mad, but I like can't whoop me so. You know, but like, you know, I say, if she with you, she should eat the pork and the grill. And drink the hot grease, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just, the mentality of these people, he trying to brag on her because she don't eat pork. But he's a whole pig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? She practicing cannibalism with him, but she don't want to eat a pork. I'm saying, give me a break.
Exactly.
So anyway, I think that's the fear of being bested. I know for a fact it's the fear. I say it's my theory, but it's actually the reality. We'll talk about it. You say, if for the people, by the people, then they would allow competition for what's best for the people.
Yeah.
But they don't want competition. They don't want communist competition. They will allow aspects of socialism where it benefits them. Yeah. But remember, the communists see capitalism as part of the evolution, you know, like the Cro-Magnon aspect of politics. The communists say you have to go through the base capitalism in order to reach communism. They say we're the better. So you got to go through capitalism to reach us. Yeah. Meaning you go through it, you're sick and tired of it, you know, whatever it happens, and all of a sudden you'll reach communism, you come to a higher understanding purpose. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, so I mean, that's what they say. So for the people, by the people would mean that they would allow for better competition, competing, what is better for the people. But capitalism is not for the people. Capitalism is for the 1%. It's for the few. The few benefit, so they'll fight the hardest to maintain and retain what they have. They'll fight the hardest to maintain and retain what they have. Muhammad Sallallahu has faced the same thing with the Quraysh.
Sustain.
Yeah. So he went through the same thing with Quraysh. The leaders of them offered him kingship, women, money, so on and so forth, if he would just stop saying La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And they had very well the authority to make him the richest. They had the authority to make him the king of Mecca. They had the authority to give him the women, right? They had the authority. You know, so, but Muhammad Sallallahu rejected it.
It wasn't false promises. Like, they could really make that happen.
No, that was real. That was real. That wasn't an okie doke. It wasn't anything like that. It was actually real. So they, for the people, by the people, you know, it's really, it's for the people, but it's by the people. Now, when you have something for people, by people, then where's the bias? People are going to put their own interests in it. So you ever hear these bills, which is really dangerous, man. I mean, something's going to come, bro. They printed a bunch of money and gave it out. Yeah. They gave people thousands of dollars in food stamps.
I've been saying that.
Nobody eats like that per month.
Yep.
And every month it renews. Something's about to happen, man. This system's about to crash, bro. When they do go up to $15 an hour, a minimum wage officially. Because I mean, McDonald's is paying $13. I mean, here, other places probably paying more. Bill Miller said 14 something. They advertising, so they're right at the minimum wage thing. When they get minimum wage, you still won't be able to afford an apartment. Because right now, $8 whatever.
Because everything's gonna go up.
Yeah, everything's gonna go up.
So even if you get paid $50 an hour, that's gonna go up. This is gonna go up. So I'm back in the same hole.
So they passed out all this money, these food stamps and stuff. You know what happened?
Yeah.
The beef went up.
Yeah.
The price went up. Yeah, I mean,
because most people, like you're saying,
it's gonna balance itself out.
Like you're saying, most people are not politically aware, economically aware. They don't understand how the system works. They don't understand this stuff. They're very simple-minded. Does that make sense? So they don't get it. So it's insane. I mean, with these printing money like crazy, I've been saying it ever since they were doing it. Man, just wait.
It's scary.
Yeah.
A capitalist nation don't give you nothing.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang, I mean, even though he's a kafir and the system is kufr, he had his platform going for president. Running for president, it was too intellectual. He understood. He said, I'm going to give every person, rich or poor, $2,000 a month per member of the household. You know why? Because they spend more than that on healthcare and this and that. You know what I'm saying? He said, I'm going to give them $2,000. Yeah, I'm going to give them $2,000 each, and they got to get their own healthcare. I'm going to give them $2,000 each. And that's non-taxable besides what they're working on. And that's what he said he was going to do. Because he did the numbers. He's a businessman. He did the numbers and said, we will save so much money just by giving them this much money, guaranteed. But a capitalist nation said, no, we putting it right here, baby. We putting it all in our pockets. Our 1% is going to use the majority of the money. The 1% has 99% of the wealth.
Well, the elite, basically.
Yeah.
That's how the society.
And like I mentioned in a post I put, I said, America taxes labor. So I work, I sweat, I ache, I go home, and they taking 40%, up to 40% or whatever of my wealth.
Yeah.
But if I'm wealthy, it's non-tax.
Business. Yeah.
But Islam taxes the wealthy and doesn't tax the labor. That's crazy. Islam is total opposite. So what is Islam doing? Going across the grain.
Yeah. Not
with the grain. You know what I'm saying? Going across the grain. And that's where Muslims need to be. We'll save our blades. We'll save our blades. So capitalism, again, it's a dog eat dog. Ironically, dogs are better protected than humans in this society. You know, if a dog is biting a suspect, innocent or not, the dog won't let go. If that man punches that dog in the nose trying to get the dog off of him, he just hit a cop. That cop dog gets a funeral. It gets a retirement. It has more value than, I don't know what they're going to do for the robots. The robot dogs they got now, I don't know what they're going to do for them.
Man.
I think you hit that robot, they might charge you with a cyber crime.
You might break your hand.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
but besides the protection, and like I say,
well, you just have to, I'm going to start an insurance company. That's it. Right? Hey, pay insurance, and if you hit a dog, we'll cover it.
You know, dogs have hair, whether short or long. Dogs have hair from Allah to Allah. You know, that's their coat in winter, whatever. Dogs are not meant to be in the house because it throws off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it throws off their equilibrium. You know, as far as hot, cold, shedding versus growing hair, it throws it off. So a woman, mainly a woman, like let's say Paris Hilton, walking around with a purse with a dog in her purse. The dog, his clothes cost just as much as her clothes she has on, right? And she's walking with the dog, and she'll pass by a homeless person like, ew, and walk around the homeless person. The dog has clothes, that person don't have clothes, or decent clothes. And that's the capitalist society. Yeah. That's a capitalist society, and that's what they're doing. So nevertheless, capitalism is a dog-eat-dog system.
Could we say capitalism breeds terrorism?
Of course, because it benefits. You heard of Z and these other mercenary organizations that were taking jobs in
Blackwater.
And guess who was joining them at a high rate? The American military. They refused to sign back up. They had low recruiting. That's why the judges start giving people a choice. Either go to the military or go to prison. Because they were trying to get recruits. Because people were leaving them. They would do their 4 years, 6 years, whatever they signed up for, do those years and join these private groups. These private groups was paying them $100,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? $100,000 a month to be with this private group. Now the private group is there because why? Terrorism, bodyguards, taking this dignitary from this place to this place, making sure safe travels and stuff like that. So if there's no terrorism, they don't need you anymore, right? So they boom. So it was like a cyclical thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, because if you look at the system, it's like for example, a lot of folks, like when accident happened, just a simple example, when accident happened, a lot of folks are not honest because they know how the insurance system work. They're gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Call the ambulance, call this, act like you hurt.
Yeah.
And these are good people. I mean, like these are actually nice people. Like, but because the system, that the situation put them in a place that made them choose that path, because you're allowing it to happen. You built a system in place, and people are gonna react differently. I'm like, wow, that makes sense. Because why would they lie? Why would they dishonest? Because the system allows them to be used.
Well,
So take advantage of
it also makes you
Just like with the unemployment, a lot of people were.
Yeah. I mean,
look, it also puts you in a position. Look, the insurance companies are evil. We know they're evil, but they make you exercise a certain level of evil also.
yeah.
I'm saying, because let's say for instance, my car, my CV joint on my van, like it's my van, right? If you turn, it pops. So I need to replace my CV joint soon, right? If you turn extreme, okay, it's like an elbow at a joint, right? So it turns, there's bearings in it. So I gotta replace those soon. Now, let's say if somebody comes and hits me from the side, right? Now I'm gonna get my CV joints repaired and the damage that they caused.
Yeah.
But that was already
That was already existing.
But what I tell the insurance company, and some brothers will say, brother, mashallah, you got to be honest, you got to be this and that.
What's your response to that?
I'm forced to pay insurance.
Yeah.
Right? I'm forced to pay insurance.
Yeah.
It's
you don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I don't pay insurance. I can't drive, and if I do get caught, they can take my license.
The car.
Yeah.
You in jail for a day?
Yeah. Then you got to pay what's called a surtax, a surcharge, which is like $200 every year for 3 years, and you have to maintain insurance for those 3 years. It's called an SR22, whatever. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that they take you through, and I have to drive around. I have children. I have to drive around because I have work.
See what all this.
See, all of that kind of goes in together. So, I should tell them about the CV joints and get that part extracted from it. Well, you hit the side of my car, you hit the front of my car, you destroyed my CV joint.
Yeah.
It was popping, but it was functioning. The popping is because the lubrication is out because it's exposed. They got a rubber boot, like an accordion boot. And that's an accordion boot that keeps the moisture inside. Once that boot cracks or damaged, now the weather gets inside of there and it dries up the gear grease, and that's where the popping comes from, because it's really metal on metal now. Okay, to a certain extent. Yeah. So, but you hit it and you broke it. But I'm supposed to be honest and say, what's popping probably before. The insurance company say, yeah, we'll take that out, because they'll love to do that. Yeah. But you just destroyed the whole damn thing.
Yeah. There's no just.
But you see, because we're Muslim, we know Allah watches us. See this. You see the dilemma that it's not a dilemma, but you see the situation you're in right now. Yeah. But I'm talking about regular folks, like not us, just regular folks. Like these are good people, the neighborhood. Like something, why they do stuff like that? I'm telling you, the situation, the system enables them to act like this. Yeah. Consciously or subconsciously. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, so that's why this system doesn't breed honesty.
There was this guy I know in Oakland. He wrecked his car, and he actually was doing like a burnout or something. He was exiting the freeway and trying to like drift or something. He just told them that he hit a patch of gravel. And
hydroplane, whatever.
Yeah, something like that, and he got like 2,000 from them and enough to fix his car and then get additions on top of it.
But you see what happened to the cycle?
Yeah.
Now people do that with life insurance, with death.
But they kill their relatives.
Yeah. Then you have all these people that hit the car on purpose. You see what it breeds? I mean, what does it do?
Check it out. Sheikh Abdullah Faisal, the Jamaican Sheikh, he said that he was driving in Saudi. That's what he studied, right? He's driving in, I forgot what city he said he was going through. And the police pulled him over. He didn't have his driver's license. He didn't have a license to drive. And the police said, "You don't have your license?" He said, "No." He said, "I was planning it. I was going to get it." He said, "So you're going to get it?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Say Inshallah." And Sheikh Faisal said, "Inshallah." The police said, "Okay, go." That was enough. right?
Because that's a
But it's Saudi's trash. But I'm saying like
what is facts?
but that police, you know,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
fake
That
facial,
specific,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, that specific incident, inshallah, was enough because being in a quote unquote a Muslim, I'm gonna say Islamic, but Muslim
land.
environment,
Yeah.
we tend to have like we'll talk about prejudice. We were talking
Yeah,
about
yeah,
prejudice
yeah, yeah.
last night.
Yes, yes.
We were talking about prejudice, the positivity of prejudice.
Yeah.
You know how the aqidah makes you prejudiced.
Yeah.
Because prejudice can be positive or negative, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So nevertheless, you know, that was the deal itself. So like I say, capitalism breeds dishonesty, conniving, all this kind of stuff. Islam, on the other hand, our aqidah breeds what? You know, it breeds trust and you know and
Because there's no money interest.
yeah. The interest is Allah's pleasure.
Yeah.
That's the interest.
Because right now, even with the vaccine, they're making money.
That's the goal.
They're not doing it because they care. They don't care. Look, if they care about people, all these diseases are going to be eradicated, but they don't.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe they wouldn't be doing biological warfare in these
Right.
labs, trying to make something that they could drop in the water supply and kill a whole country.
You know the Michigan situation with the water situation. You know the water situation in Michigan, Detroit, right? Oh, for years.
Yeah, it's been a problem.
Yeah, but
and they saw it coming. They knew the pipes were like this, and they saw it coming. They didn't know. Like in San Antonio, we get frustrated because they're constantly always building, always repairing, ripping up the streets, making the streets new again. They're constantly doing that. We appreciate it, although it's a nuisance for a year or two.
Yeah.
We appreciate it because we ain't got that in our water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
Facts.
Yeah, we might have the pride juice in the water.
right? Oh my god! No wonder some of y'all acting like
I'm
funny.
not gonna ask what the pride juice is.
So
Some questions I don't.
Yeah.
remember, you probably don't remember. You're a
Baby?
You're a baby.
Yeah.
The baby.
Bizarre.
Are you little baby or
Yeah.
the baby?
Bujuda.
Anyway, so back when we used to give dawah, you know, and like travel to different, you know, cities and stuff like that, we've been engaged in dawah at these, you know,
What's a good fancy dawah?
at these conferences and stuff like that. ISNA, ICNA, dawah, Texas dawah, all you know, MFest, all this kind of stuff. So we used to do that, and when we talk about the ills of capitalism, to the Kafirs would retort, "What are you, a communist?"
Yeah.
But guess what? We have the same conversation with Muslims. Guess what they say? Are you a communist?
Really?
Because they don't understand Islam, bro.
Oh yeah.
So if you talk about the ills, you can't criticize capitalism because for the Muslim and the Kafir's mindset, the only alternative is communism.
Yeah.
They forgot about a thing called Islam. They're praying 5 times a day. They're probably thinking about, you know, Cardi B or something when they're praying.
Well, I'm telling you, the generation that came after that, the suppression of the in the creation of the nation state, these are all programmed. You see what I'm saying? Over generation after generation. So that's all they know. That's all they know. Like especially when we talk to that's all they know. That's why it's kind of challenging.
It kind of goes back to the khutbah, not this past Friday, but the Friday before.
Mm-hmm.
When you said Muslims need dawah.
Yeah.
To,
There's no more nasiha for Muslims. You don't advise Muslims anymore. We need to actually be told Allah is God. See, nasiha, you don't say, you don't remember Allah is God. That's not nasiha, that's dawah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're past nasiha. We're you know, we need dawah. So anyway, the kuffar, as far as the, you know, to bring the Islam back, the Islamic method of bringing back, it's not what we're discussing right now, but there are groups that call themselves Islamic, okay? And they have failed methods. The whole method has failed. It's not based on the Tariqatul Islam, you know, it's not based on any of that. It's just some hogwash.
Yeah, that's what happened in Egypt.
In a turban. You know, it's
what happened in Egypt and Turkey and other places.
It's trash in a thobe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you look like an Arab don't mean you promote or benefit Islam or will revive Islam or whatever, because you got a name Abdul Aziz, which was the name of Saddam Hussein's second in command, who happened to be a Christian, Abdul Aziz. So just because you have an Arab name that sounds good doesn't mean that you benefit Islam or whatever. Okay, so here we go. The kuffar, as far as the failed methods that are many out there, right? Failed methods that will never revive Islam. Okay.
Yes.
The kuffar, they do what? They attack the failed methods. These people that's talking about, yeah, we're gonna do this and we're gonna blow up this, and they attack the failed methods. Okay? They attack the failed methods. You might say, well, why do we have a problem with that? Well, it's not the Kufar's job to attack the failed methods. It's the Muslims' job. Because Islam is being attacked. Yeah. If you have a failed methodology, you're attacking Islam. You're putting a bad face on Islam. Yeah. So so the Kufar, they attack the failed methods. Guess what else they do? They promote the failed methods. Because they attack them on one front. Next front, they promote them. Why? Because they'll never bring Islam. They'll never develop into Islam. Guess what else they do? They attack, promote.
Yeah, it's a political maneuver.
They promote through their attack.
Thank you. That's how you promote. You vilify. Yeah. That's the bad guy. Now the Muslims love him because he's against you.
And these are ignorant Muslims.
Their goal.
The friend of my enemy is my friend.
Okay, in Egypt, right at the time of Abdel Nasser, the dictator. After him was Anwar Sadat, right? Yeah. At the time of Anwar Sadat, guess what he did? He released all the members of the Ikhwan Muslimin from the prison, all of them. So one of the Dabit, like the general, said, like, why would you let these Afarid means demons, or let this demon get out, right? He said, no. Let them get out so they can fight the liberals, so they can argue with the left. Yeah. And we can get rid of both.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a political maneuver, right? But simple-minded folks don't see this. In fact, when Sayyid Qutb rahmatullah alayhi, the Shaheed, Jamal Abdel Nasser and him used to actually know each other. Yeah. And he even asked him, be in my cabinet. And Sayyid Qutb is an intellectual, he's a mufakkir, right? And he wasn't like a man of arm. Does that make sense? He's just a writer. So he was like, "Oh man, I know what you're asking me to be there, because eventually you're gonna put me in your pocket to use the popularity of the group to rally the shab, the people." Make sense? And look what happened to him. They hanged him. Do you see what I'm saying? He saw it coming, right? Because he understand the political maneuver and stuff like that. Yeah, not like the regular folks just jump into anything. Yeah. Whatever this political system, whether overseas or here, gives you, you just take it right away. No, there's always a catch. There was a game. Nothing happened haphazard. You know what I mean?
So you viewers, be patient. We're going to get to your comments, inshallah. So keep them coming. Nevertheless, so far as the failed methods, the Kufar, they attack them, they promote them, and they attack, promote. You know what I'm saying, at the same time. It depends on what they need done to further their interests. Because anytime you're not upon Islam, whose interests are you furthering? You're not furthering the Muslims' interests. You're not furthering Allah Ta'ala's deen's interests. You know what I'm saying? You're favoring what? Non-Islam. You know what I'm saying? Because from non-Islam comes what? Non-Islam. So again, as far as the Muslims concerned, as far as the failed ideologies, the Muslims, because they're so reactionary and so emotional, they will attack them. That's not Islam. That's not Islam. And it's not because the people that are attacking the failed methodology are upon Islam. It's not that. They just don't want you ruffling feathers. You're gonna make it bad for us. Don't do that. Don't talk like that. You're gonna make it bad for us. But the Muslims also do what? They rush headlong into that false concept, that false methodology. You know why? Because the Jews attacked the Palestinians. The Hamas shot back. And then they said, see, we got to shoot back.
Emotional
it's
reaction.
all emotional. And none of it, Islam didn't come from any of it. The result is never Islam. Yeah. The result is more of the same. Ho-hum. You know what I'm saying?
That's what happened in Sudan.
So you ever see a prostitute on the corner go, That's called ho-hum. Same old same. Ho-hum. So anyway, now you got the Kufar plus Islamic methods. There's methods from the Tariqatul Islam, right? Mm-hmm. From the methodology of Islam. Now, how do the Kufar address those? Vilify. Mm-hmm. These people have an agenda. They may not be armed insurrectionists or armed group, but they influence the armed groups. Mm-hmm. That's what they said about certain groups that carry the Islamic method. They say they influence the armed groups. So they vilify. What else they do? They libel. this person that was part of that group was also part of this group. You know what I'm saying? And he probably sat down in the coffee shop trying to tell the brother, man, look, what you're doing is idiotic. It don't bring Islam. You should come over to our method that we got from the Sunnah, and we have all the evidence for you. But they saw that, they took a picture of that coffee shop meeting, and that was enough to take that group that's that don't believe in armed struggle. Like Muhammad didn't believe in armed struggle. That's how he started the dawah. The dawah was verbal, intellectual. It was not armed struggle. You know what I'm saying? Only time, even when they got Medina, the Hamza and the others will say, when are we going to fight? When they knew the war was coming, when are we going to fight? When are we going to fight? Muhammad said, be patient, Allah has not yet ordered it. So it was like a year or two, almost before they actually, and I think they were forced into it because remember they came, the Anfal, they came to actually,
and not just that, Muslim have
the
become,
Confederates actually came to attack.
The common Muslim have become very delusional.
Yeah.
Like for example, like if you wanna have a fair fight in the field, you gotta have the same type of strength, whether it's military, financially. You can't be saying that I'm gonna ride the horse because the ayahs in the Quran. Right? They are not getting the point. They're taking it literally. No, dude, come on, don't be delusional. You gotta be in the same level field as them. That means you have to be in their state level as them. And have
because Allah says that they have to fear your weapon.
Then you can have.
They gonna fear this? He in the tank. You going?
Right.
Assalamu
I mean, the Malaika are gonna be with us, right? They don't understand the history. Again, it's a fairy. They take it as a fairy tale, right? When you have your own state, you can have the diplomacy and all this talk. There's gonna be a lot of. That's what we need.
You can forgive, you can punish, but when you're on the bottom.
Yeah, that's what you need. That's what you need. You also need political leaders. The Muslims understand from political leadership, not just any regular folks.
See, Muslims today have that white Jesus mentality. Wow. It's when Jesus on the cross, according to them, not I'm talking about Isa Islam, I'm talking about the white Jesus, the one. What's his name? Caesar Borgiani. What was his name? Anyway, Cesare Borgiani. So this white dude's on the cross, right? And he said, "I forgive you, nigga."
Come on.
You're defeated.
Yeah.
How do you forgive?
Yeah.
I forgive you. You let me down. I forgive you, but you let me down. You mother. Come on, man. Like the whole story is like a bad children's story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like they say the greatest act of forgiveness is when Jesus forgave the people. Oh, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do.
They knew what they were doing.
No, they did it pretty well. They did it pretty well for years.
Yeah.
For years. The torture, they had a method. They would torture on a tree. I don't even think they used the cross. I think they made that up later. Because they come from the ancient symbols and stuff, the Ankh and all that stuff. I don't think they ever used a cross, but it was a tree, like a Y. The tree branches up like that. They were crucified on a tree, and they would break the legs at the end of it. They would break the legs, but according to the Bible, they didn't break the legs because Maghrib came in, and Maghrib Friday is Saturday because the night comes before a day. So we can't break his legs, So they just poked him with the spear according to the Bible, and they say blood and water oozed out, which shows that the organs are still functioning. He wasn't dead. But that's biblical, which is trash. So anyway, but the point I'm making is that they say that's the greatest act of forgiveness. No, dude, you already defeated. The greatest act of forgiveness, if you're going to point to one, no one can be more forgiving than Allah Ta'ala. He is Al-Ghafur, you know what I'm saying? But Muhammad out of the humans is when he came over the horizon of Mecca, he said, today there'll be no bloodshed. He had every right and every authority to punish them suckers for what they did to him and the Muslims. Every right and every authority. But he forgave from a superior point, not a defeated point. Yeah. The Muslims today, they forgive from a defeated point. We're always forgiving. The Muslim family just got rolled over by the car, by that terrorist. Looked like the founding fathers. Yeah. Check it out. I bet you Muslims at the masjid and imams gave khutbahs. Oh, we forgive him and we want him to come to Islam. Y'all want to come to Islam? Come to Islam. Yeah, come to Islam. I'll break your face. Yeah, I mean that's how the Muslims are. We're always forgiving from a defeated point.
Yeah, even remember the Christchurch, subhanallah. Yeah, we got massacred there.
Yeah, Allah.
One of the husband, like the wife was even defending him, and I think she died defending him. And he says, like, I'm gonna forgive the guy. Are you kidding me, man? Don't talk about forgiveness. I understand forgiveness has a huge reward.
What was the Negro that got killed? What wasn't George Floyd?
His estate, the one with the pizza thing, the father, not him, right?
No. It was one. Oh, man, I forget.
But his father was like.
No. I don't think it was George Floyd. I think it was another one before George Floyd. I think it was the judge, the white woman, the white cop that went into the wrong apartment, saw the guy in his apartment, the black guy, killed him, and it was in Houston or Dallas. One of those. It was Houston, Dallas. Anyway, I think Dallas.
Michael or something.
Yeah. So she killed the black dude. The family hugged her and, oh, we forgive you. The judge came off of the bench, gave her a Bible, and hugged her. Niggas, all them niggas, all them Negroes. They just so slave, man. Slave dudes.
Calm down, man.
I hate that stuff, man. You can't be forgiven from an inferior position. You can't. I was surprised she got any time. But you know, after 2 years, she put the appeal. They'll let her out without even mentioning it. It won't even be on the news. If it's in the papers, it'll be way in the back next to obituaries.
Yeah, I mean, alhamdulillah, I understand
that's
that
what they do.
In Islam,
They let them
of course,
out. They let them out.
In Islam, of course, the forgiveness has a huge eminence reward. We understand that, right?
Yeah.
Everything has a time and place, but you have to understand.
But you don't forgive when somebody's knee is on your neck.
Yeah, but you also have to.
I forgive you.
But here's the thing,
Don't
though.
do that.
But you have to understand the media. Their job is some other agenda. Why would they put this show on purpose? What message they want to put it out there? They don't do just for the sake of doing it. You know what I mean? There has some agenda behind it. Like, why would they show this sort of thing? To show that we are very, very, very weak. Yeah. And guess what? After that, in the Christchurch, the husband will forgive the killer, right? Guess what? In UK, more crime against the Muslim. You know why?
Yeah, you forgive it.
One of the knife attacker said, "Oh, you Muslim are so you're gonna forgive us. So let's just continue."
No. What they should do? Yeah. Look. If they walk in a mass just shooting, somebody has a sacrifice. I pray Allah puts me there. I'm gonna share something with y'all. Allah is my witness. Uqsimu billah. I'm not lying. It's not a joke. I'm sitting because the other brother's giving a khutbah. The brother rotating now, right? So I'm sitting in the back. Now,
this is yesterday?
Yesterday. Between the shoe rack, I can see the door when people come in. I can see the door people come in. I'm sitting there, and every time the door open, I look back to the khutbah. I look back to the khutbah. Everybody coming in, I know they're Muslim, right? My mind, I'm telling you, this is how my mind works. You know, if someone would have came in with a gun, I would have jumped up and ran right toward the shoe rack. Like he might would have got me, but he finna get nobody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He finna get nobody else. Yeah. I would have held the barrel of that gun, you know what I'm saying, until or whatever he brought in there. I would have held it, put myself out there. I ain't finna sacrifice myself. I'm trying to kill a dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I think that anytime a Kafir comes in our places of worship and shoots or stabs or do whatever, before the police get there, we should take him, we should hang him in front of the masjid. Wallah. Yeah. Hang him up high as we can. Hang him off a damn telephone pole and like a little shock with the damn electricity. Hang him and burn him. You know what I'm saying? Light him up. Yeah, check his teeth. That's where you're going to get his DNA. Yeah. Check his teeth. Yeah. Check his dental records. Then you'll know that nigga was. We should maim him. You know what they do? Let's send a message to the next one. So, brother, we should be more forgiving. Yeah, keep forgiving. Keep forgiving.
Yeah, they're going to keep attacking you.
Keep forgiving. Yeah, keep forgiving. Yeah. They gonna do it again. We know what the Muslims gonna do, or they gonna hug and they get to hug a Muslim sister. Ooh yeah. We forgive you. What you doing later on? Ooh yeah.
Oh my God.
They're too weak, man.
Again, we're not saying don't forgive, but there is an agenda.
Forgive from a superior position.
Yes.
Stop forgiving from the bottom. What if George Floyd would have said, "I forgive you"?
Yeah. Hell no.
Come on, man. You can't forgive. You know what I'm saying? You can't forgive. So anyway, no. I'm gonna just hit this real quick. Speaking of the George Floyd thing, the police themselves, the police lawyer said, why didn't someone attack and knock that Chauvin off of George Floyd? Mm-hmm. The lawyer said, if he was in danger, why didn't someone? Because they didn't know human nature, man. What has happened to the Muslims? Mm. We'll fight each other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'll fight each other.
Yeah.
You know, I hear about Philly Muslims threaten me a lot, but I never see them do anything. Where are you? What are you when the Masajid gets shot up, sisters are harmed? Yeah, what are you doing? what I'm saying? Nothing.
Just talk.
Oh, they want to throw hands with the wrong person to throw hands with. You know.
Put your hands in the air.
Yeah, and break your wrist like I just don't care. So anyway, when it comes to Islamic methods, the kuffar, they vilify them, they libel them, okay, and they cancel.
So you're not saying label, you're saying libel.
They libel
together.
They libel them, meaning that they
for a second
cast all kind of, vilify meaning this is a bad organization. Libel meaning they do this and that, and they're associated with this and that. They slander, right? Then they cancel you, meaning that you're not gonna get any news, media. Coverage, you're not gonna get we're not gonna rent you any television space, stuff like that.
Well, the thing is, like the Muslim also jumping this bandwagon, like the cancel culture. Oh, look, they're canceling the right wing. Do you know that if you support that, they're gonna cancel you soon, you idiot?
Yeah, anybody can get it.
Yeah, you shouldn't be involved with this stuff. Let them.
No one's safe.
But bro, when Facebook banned Trump, I didn't like it. Because even though Trump has bad concepts, wrong concepts, now they can attack our people that carry the correct concepts. Yep. If you can counsel a president of the United States, nobody said
it was hilarious because Twitter blocked this Nigeria president's tweet, something like that. So Nigeria blocked Twitter.
Yeah, like
then Twitter says
apologizing.
Then Twitter's apologizing to the people in Nigeria. We're gonna rectify this. We're gonna, I'm like, you just blocked the president, and now when you get blocked, you get butthurt.
Yeah, exactly.
How hypocritical? Because you have to understand, all these tech companies, where do they come from? Freaking California.
But look.
Right?
When Facebook blocked Trump, people that support Trump should automatically cancel Facebook. They should have, canceled it. Okay, in mass. Yeah. Okay. Also, people that don't support Trump but understand the political, arena of things should have just logged out.
I see.
Because you have to take a stand. They are private owned, but they're public domain, public use. Therefore, they fit. That's why they was grilling Zuckerberg. You know what I'm saying? Hypocrites grilling a hypocrite. They were grilling him, saying that, hey, this is a public service, this is this and that, because you're following our rules. You can't just do whatever you want to do. Taking these people credit card information, doing this, doing that. If I sneeze, next thing you know, Facebook gonna have a thing for allergy medicine pop up because I sneeze.
I like that.
That's intrusive.
I use it in marketing. Oh yeah, I love it.
That's intrusive. That's So anyway,
even though I might click on that.
Yeah. Of course, it works, man. That's what I do for a living.
So here we go. Yeah. The last point I'll make when it comes to the Muslims and the Islamic method. See, I told you how the kuffar do. The kuffar do what? They vilify, they libel, and they cancel. But before I talked about the attack, they attack un-Islamic concepts. I'm talking about the Islamic method.
Okay.
So the kuffar, they vilify, they libel, and they cancel. The Muslims, when it comes to the Islamic methodology, the correct methodology, you know what they do? They vilify, they libel, and they cancel. You cannot get a large influx of Muslims to jump upon the Islamic ideology. We talked about last night, mashallah, with the humble brother that came from out of town.
Yeah.
We talked to him about the Islamic methodology, how Muhammad started the group, how he addressed society, how he sought nusra, how he established the khilafah. We talk about that. Muslims are not on board with that, bro. The only thing they'll do like the Prophet is pray, and a lot of times they get that wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they're going to do. I'm telling you, Muslims are not on board with that. Muslims will vilify groups upon the hop. I guarantee they will vilify and join and infiltrate on behalf of the kuffar. Infiltrate on behalf of the kuffar.
Either that, or they're going to be the useful idiots. Basically.
They'll go back to the kuffar and say, "What did you find out? They're not an armed group." Well, I mean, can you look? We're gonna give you this much money, this much weapons, and we want you to offer it to them. Go back, man. They're gonna think that I'm a spy, man. If I do that, they're not on that. They're an intellectual group. They're upon the methodology of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they'll be like, so they're gonna try to figure out how to infiltrate the group, right? So what they'll do, they'll take the person that's a spy, and they'll make him a bad guy. But he's in the group now.
Now
he's in the halakha now. Yeah, he's in the halakha now. Now we're gonna lock these people up, and what we're gonna do to you? We're gonna put you on trial and all this kind of stuff. But what we're gonna do? Give you a new identity send you to Canada, send you to Europe, whatever, and we're gonna lock these guys up on behalf of you. Are you down?
And it happened historically with
I'm telling you, they do us like that.
in Middle East, like again in Egypt and Kuwait and all those Arab countries. A lot of these so-called Islamic groups, they were actually infiltrated
Yeah.
by the mukhabarat of their country.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them even worked. Some of them even say it's okay.
Hamas,
Yeah.
the Mossad, the Jewish intelligence, if there's such thing. The Mossad did what? The Mossad would marry a Palestinian woman. He would grow his beard, all this kind of stuff, fall in love with a Palestinian woman in university, whatever, right? He's Muslim, take shahada, whatever. Marry her, 2-3 kids. Then it's like Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah.
They hit the button, click, click. Time to go. He's already joined Hamas. You know why? Because she's the daughter of a Hamas member. So that's how they infiltrate.
By the way, good movie though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Manchurian Candidate, good movie.
I mean, this is real life stuff. This is real life stuff. This is what they do. They are so dedicated. They'll marry a sister, have kids, but their loyalty is to the Zionist state, and they'll murder their kids and family at any moment.
And it's funny they say the same thing.
moment.
It's funny they say the same thing about us, about Muslims. That's how Muslims are. One day they're gonna get a call, they're gonna be like a robot, and they go on a mission. I'm like, what?
So what we do, we get a white woman. We have a bunch of half-breed kids.
Oh my God.
Next thing you know, we get a call. It's time.
It's
Man, I'm in
Terminator.
Man, I'm in love. You're crazy.
Actually, it's a true story. You know, this brother told me that this another brother was a taxi driver, married to this Christian girl here from San Antonio, right? Have kids and all that. One day she was listening to John Hagee, that pastor, right? That these Muslims are terrorists or whatnot, and one day they're gonna get a call and they're gonna go on a mission.
Yeah.
Because of that, she left him. And the guy's like, I've been married for a long time. I work hard. I support it. What happened? The complete brain.
First of all, the Muslims don't have. We're not that organized. We don't have that mindset.
Yeah.
To do a Mossad type maneuver or whatever. We're not there. Plus, who's the Amir? Who's ordering this? We don't have it. We got a bunch of ragtag holy dudes, But anyway, so the last thing I mentioned, the Muslims in regards to the Islamic method, they'll vilify the Islamic method, or those that carry it. They'll libel them. They'll make up things, and they'll also do what? They'll counsel. We're not going to let you have a booth at our convention. We're not going to let you, everybody can speak, bro. Okay, Allah is my witness. This is true. San Antonio, I was the imam of Masjid Luqman for like 20 years. Okay, almost 20 years. Okay, 17 plus, I can say officially, right? I was assistant before that. So I'm imam of the masjid. They have a meeting of all the leaders of San Antonio. The first masjid in San Antonio. From that place raised money to build the big centers and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so they call a meeting. Guess what? Everybody got called except Masjid Luqman. They never invited us to anything. You know why? Because we're going to speak what we understand of the Hop and the Islamic methodology, and we're not upon that stuff. So they invited the Islamic Center, the this masjid, that masjid, this masjid, the people that just tore out of the Nation of Islam if they are not nation. They invited all of them, and then they took the Negro. They say, go and make the opening prayer, Negro, because they had Jews and Christians, and it was at a Unitarian church. They had all this stuff, right? So he said, go make the opening. How you say? Not canonation, they call it the cantonation, or whatever. I forgot what they call it. Do the opening prayer, basically. So the Negro walked up and said, bow your heads. Like, nigga, you supposed to be a Muslim, nigga. He said, bow your heads, oh Lord this and oh Lord that, bro. He didn't say, Rabbana Allahumma. He didn't say none of that. He said, bow your heads, oh Lord, do this and oh Lord. It's what happened. Because the Pakistani imam wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
The Egyptian imam wasn't going to do it. The Jordanian imam wasn't going to do it. They put that nigga up there. He had to do a neutral Jew, Christian, nation, Muslim, whatever.
Wow.
Dua, and he did it.
Pandering.
See, this is the problem. So when it comes to Islamic method, you may not be invited. You got to have your own conventions. You got to have your own rallies. And the one we went to in Chicago, they had biker gangs came. They tried to disrupt. The police had to make them leave. Our sisters walked out. And this is really, the sisters know the brothers are going to have to die for them. they were making all of the noise and sticking their, their boobies out. You know what I'm saying? They were making all of the noise. But we're gonna have to die for them. They can't defend themselves. Yeah. They walked out of the conference flying the liwa, the white flag with the black right line, Muhammad Rasulullah, flying the flag. The biker gang and these protesters were saying stuff, and the sisters were saying stuff back. The brothers walked out like this. We're ready to fight. We walked out calm, trying to let our children and wives get to their cars and stuff like that. The sisters were like waving the flag, and even the police had to say, "Look, don't do that. Why are you provoking? These people are." The police knew they would be in trouble too. That biker gang came, brother. Yeah. They came really prepared. They brought the biggest and the whitest. There were no little ones. The biggest and the whitest. I think the smallest biker vest was like XXX. They brought the big ones. These are ex-military, so on and so forth. They came to disrupt. They right behind me talking about, Allah, this and that, and heckling the speakers. I turned around like this, looked at him. Brother Jabril, Ashley, he turned around, looked at him like this, like that. And the brother's like, no, brother, let him, So the police walked in. They told him, hey, get up, let's go. They made him leave. Like, we turned around like, dude, I don't care how big you are. All you can do is give me blessings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we from there. You know what I'm saying? We from there. Because you big don't mean you can fight. It means I'll hit you 3 times for every 1 time you hit me. That's what that means. I'm faster. So this was the issue. So, but these bikers and these protesters, which I went out with my camera, it's on YouTube. I went out with my camera.
Too. You're like asking them questions.
Spoke to them. Yeah. We actually had dialogue. They got smart with me. I got smart back with them. Some of them, let them know that I ain't scared. And we had actual dialogue. Okay? No other Muslims were doing that. Not the people from that host the conference. It was just me coming from Dawah Works. I'm dealing with the protests, stuff like that. So this is but guess what? You think the protesters and the bikers and so on and so forth are our strongest opposition? It's the Muslims. Hello, ma'am. This is 911. The call is coming from inside the house. That's what we're dealing with. Our enemy is inside our house, in our ummah. The strongest enemy. The most ardent enemy is, and I'm not saying enemy as in we should do something to them. I'm saying that the ones that attack and that are against the Islamic methodology, because they got a sheikh, that says, no, you just gotta pray and listen to me.
Yeah, like a Dragon Ball Z, like the power, how you did it last time.
I don't understand Dragon Ball Z.
You did last time. That's how he did it.
It's like you make dua and you give it away.
Yes, give it away. Yesterday was like,
oh man, you missed it. I talk about getting AIDS on the shirt.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
AIDS make you small. You start losing weight. I said,
Pride I was only laughing, Ali, and
I say Pride Month. You hug one of them, and you get AIDS on your shirt, and your shirt starts shrinking. Like, oh, I got AIDS.
Only Ali and me cracking. The brother didn't get it. When it was like, please stop it, man, stop it. Oh my God!
I say when I'm coming to my car and say something, I cut their neck and the blood skeet out on my shirt. My shirt starts.
Shut up, man.
Because they all got AIDS.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, we're gonna be canceled for sure, man.
Yeah, you need to stop, bro.
Oh, I was just cracking. I couldn't stop laughing last time, man.
So anyway, I think that's it. Inshallah.
All right. So that's it. That's all the notes.
Yeah. Inshallah.
What is it?
Shaking my Muslim head.
The shaking the Muslim head is, ya Allah, see, we're doing it again.
I know, man. We just kind of tired of talking about this subject.
Saudi, man.
What's wrong with you, guys?
Saudi canceled the Hajj, but didn't cancel any concerts.
Entertainment, yeah.
Entertainment,
actually,
tourism.
They're going for that.
Yeah, entertainment tourism is still in effect in Saudi, but they cancel Hajj.
Yeah. Only the inside the citizen can do Hajj, but guess what? It will cost like 2,400 riyals to get a.
You know why? You know why the citizens can do Hajj?
Yeah.
Because they're there.
Yeah, but they're gonna make money too from them.
Yeah, they gotta make money. But check it out though. 2 comments on the post that I put concerning this issue. One brother said, I understand why y'all blaming Saudi. The Prophet prophesied it, so we're gonna blame the Prophet. So you don't pray because Muhammad said the buttons of Islam will be unbuttoned one by one. Yeah. The first will be the leadership, the last will be the salat. So Muhammad said when we don't have leadership, everything's gonna fall apart. But nobody concerned about the leadership. Yeah. Nobody concerned about the leadership. So he said the last will be the salat. The fast is in there. The zakat is in there. The hajj is in there, right? So these things are being destroyed. It's a prophecy. So why do you pray still?
Yeah.
Muhammad said people will stop praying. So why do you pray still? So it's not an excuse because Muhammad said it would happen that Saudi's okay to do it.
What do you call that word? Fatalism? What is it called?
Fatalism.
Fatalism,
Fatalism.
right? The concept, like, even last time when the brother said, like, oh, this is something, all these Muhammad can do. I'm like, okay, be careful from the conversation, because the Almanian use that argument. You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make you move, it doesn't make you shake, it doesn't make you like do something in society. It's funny that when it comes to life, job, work, politics, we're all doing something.
Practical, everybody practical.
Yeah, when it comes to the deen, we're becoming like I call it delusional, because
Buddhist.
you're disconnected. That's why disconnected,
Yeah.
because you all talk about all the time about return of Isa and the Dajjal and the sign. Okay, I'm not saying those things don't exist in the hadith and whatnot, but it doesn't make you do anything.
Yeah.
It actually makes you do nothing.
Yeah.
It's an excuse, right? Like, okay, let's just wait.
There's an old Laurel and Hardy.
I love that show.
Laurel and Hardy, old school.
Oh, yeah, I
Albert
love
Costello.
that.
They don't do comedy like that no more. That was
I love that comedy.
That was
man.
original. It was
Yeah.
all white folks. I loved it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I love white folks.
So
too,
what
yeah.
happened was
That's what my people.
he went to the eye doctor. The eye doctor gave him some drops, so he had to walk around like this. He's looking at the cloud. He's walking, and everybody's looking up with him. So he had thousands of people behind him looking up.
Yes.
And that's the way the Muslims are. You know what I'm saying? One Muslim's looking up. Everybody else looks up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we miss everything happening on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the ground. So the brother said, why are we criticizing Saudi when Muhammad SAW prophesied it? I say, because Saudi is canceling the Hajj.
Yeah.
Second comment, the brother said, how could they cancel Hajj? I say, didn't the Quraysh, the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, cancel Hajj?
Yes.
I said, the Quraysh has returned. The Quraysh has returned.
Yeah. That's like a movie.
Now remember,
The Return of the Quraysh.
remember the Hajj, the Mushrikun were doing Hajj too during time of Muhammad SAW. They denied the Muslims to come in to make Hajj.
Interesting.
What is Saudi doing? Denying the Muslims to come in to make Hajj, but the people there still do that tawaf everything.
Interesting.
Remember when Hamza radiallahu anh became Muslim? Hamza radiallahu anh was making tawaf. He would go hunting. He would finish hunting. He would make tawaf around the Kaaba.
Interesting.
He was a pagan at that time. He would make tawaf around the Kaaba, and he heard. I think he saw. I don't know if it was Abu Jahl or one of those. Like he insulted Muhammad, like just verbally, and Hamza walked up to him and knocked him down, and said, "How dare you insult my nephew when my religion is the same as his?" That was Hamza's shahada. That was his shahada. Yeah. That was his shahada right there. So because of that dynamic, I'm saying the pagans continue to make Hajj. They denied the Muslims to come in for Hajj. It's the same thing what Saudis doing. Same thing. So the Saudis can make Hajj.
Hey.
And they're $7 throws.
Hey, by the way, man, those are you gotta obey the leaders, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, you got to, especially if you're beta.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're a Khawarij beta.
Oh yeah.
Right.
No one wants to be a Khawarij who actually passed away a long time ago.
Right. Oh my God.
Khawarij from the grave.
Beta.
I'm a zombie Wadij.
Zombie Wadij.
Khazambi.
Khazambi.
Oh, beta.
Yeah. Oh. That's a bar. That's a bar. Oh, beta ruler.
Oh,
that's a bar.
Oh, nice.
That's a bar.
Nice.
That's a
Obeda.
bar.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That's what they did to be a beta. Like betas. No
So
wonder.
anyway, so Saudi for the
Come on,
19th week in a row.
Right, that is.
Because you are canceling Hajj like the pagans of Arabia prior, to Islam.
I thought you were gonna give them the vaccine.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened to that?
Yeah, exactly. So, for that reason, Saudi, we are shaking our Muslim head. All right. Comment time.
Comments. Imam Karim Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers in Islam. Alhamdulillah. He had many laughing faces. I think he laughed at us for something. Your mom, Amir. Assalamu alaikum. She says facts. When they feel like it, the distractions are manufactured.
Yep.
Couple laugh here and there. Abdullahi ibn Gregory. Assalamu alaikum. First time, long time.
Mashallah.
And Julius Quick. Whoa. I mean.
He said, wow, not whoa.
Okay. Whoa.
Learn the language or get out.
Get out.
Learn the language or get out.
Get out. Okay. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
I wish Arnold would teach Arabic. Okay. Build and destroy and divide. Indeed. That's it. That's what the comment.
Yes.
Don't forget, y'all, to share this podcast with those that inshallah can benefit.
See, like we would like large numbers. We're on several platforms, so the numbers vary. YouTube gets the most, I think.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube gets the most.
Yeah.
But we would like to have the thousands and this and the that, but that's really not the purpose. Because Muhammad Sallallahu 13 years in Mecca.
Yep.
13 years
70
in Mecca.
people.
70, less than 100 officially, less than 170 people actually took less than 100 Muslims, but less than 70 actually made
Quality.
hijrah because they concentrate on quality versus quantity.
Yeah.
Now
it is all about quantity.
We would like all of the trolls and stuff like that. Now I watch a podcast from our brother Stephen Jackson. Assalamu alaikum, Stephen Jackson, mashallah, Stack 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watch a podcast of his. And bro, I'm gonna tell you, he had thousands of views. Read the comments. Hate. They were all pro Kwame Brown there. But he had numbers and engagement. See, not just numbers, views, but engagement.
Yeah.
A lot of, he just stayed on his grind.
Yep.
He just stayed talking about the subject he was talking about.
Stay focused.
I guess we can talk about that.
Well, him and they call Kwame Brown a bust. And actually, basketball-wise, he was a bust because they drafted #1 out of high school. They expected more of him. Yeah. But he was saying, I was a child. I was under Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was a jerk, known jerk.
Yeah, for sure.
He demoralized me. The coach demoralized me.
Okay, right.
And it really affected me. But he lasted 12, almost 13 years in the league. He made 65-something million, which, of course, they took a lot of that in taxes. Yeah. Almost half of that in taxes. But yeah, he said, I bought my mom a house.
And that's good for him.
Off of a golf court. He said, how dare you call me a bust? He said, do you know where I came from? So in life, you can't call him a bust.
Yeah, for sure.
But in basketball terms, you can call him a bust. He took offense to that. And he's been on a wildfire lately. I watch his podcast too. He's been on a wildfire lately. But I'm saying, like, Steven Jackson's my brother. Yeah. And I'm not going to roll with him when he's wrong. But he was speaking strictly from basketball terms. Then after that, guess what he did? He apologized to Kwame Brown. Kwame Brown ain't having it.
Really?
He ain't having it. Yeah, he actually apologized. He apologized. So
good for him.
Yeah, mashallah.
Hold on to
yeah. He apologized, mashallah.
It sounds like he's a little too concerned with how people are perceiving him. If you've done all this for your family,
who cares?
He's a basketball bust. Yeah. He was a basketball bust. But in life, I think they kind of like good ribbing, good natured. Yeah. Black folks really should get over that, man. We come from that. They say that if a white boy shoot up a school, they say, well, he was being bullied. Matter of fact, they say those kids, Columbine, it was like, well, how many was it in trench coats?
9.
Those are called friends. They said they ain't had no friends. Nigga, you got 9 friends. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of friends. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of friends. Yeah. I got Muslim brothers, but actually friends, it's not that many. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, like, they say, well, we're being bullied, we ain't got no friends, nobody want to talk to us, nobody want to give us none, and stuff like that. So they shoot up the school. About black kids, desegregation, segregation, desegregation, being lynched, and where's the school shootings?
Yeah, but a couple of weeks ago, what happened? Was it in Dallas or Houston? The 2 brothers that killed the Bangladeshi family.
Yeah.
They killed the whole family, then they committed suicide.
Yeah, well, they wrote a manifesto saying they're really atheists, though. They're really atheists.
Yeah,
they weren't Muslim. They would. That's a problem. See, a lot of Muslim parents, another subject. A lot of Muslim parents are raising atheists. They're raising atheists or agnostic at best. You know what I'm saying? They're raising Darwinist, so-called Muslims. They actually are. You know why?
I've seen it with my own eyes.
I've seen it where this Indian brother, this black Salafi brother came into town from out of town. Nobody knew him. This Indian brother, convenience store owner, of course. He would drop he rented a house to this brother. Nobody knew him. I always said he came in a black helicopter, like a spy. The conversation he used to have, man, like a spy, man. So anyway, he would drop his kids off on Sunday morning, Saturday morning to that brother's house and just leave and come back like an hour and a half later. And that brother's job was to teach the kids Islam. His own daughter, bro, he would drop his daughter off and his son.
So, what happened?
Make this make sense.
Nothing happened like physically. I'm not saying. I'm saying like a stranger comes into town and says "Salaam alaikum." I'm upon the manhaj of the Salaf and Salaf. You know what I'm saying? And then you drop your kids off because he gave you a good Salafi conversation about going to heaven.
Is it like part of the
when your
prejudice?
store is right behind the house you're renting to him, and he's pumping out alcohol, lottery, pork all day, and you ain't got no advice from him, but he's dropping his kids off to you, so y'all cool.
Kind of strange.
It was a potential for a bad, and it most likely it's gonna be me to take his head off.
But nothing happened so far.
I mean, nothing happened. I'm just talking about the potential, and all because he said he was saved. And that's all Muslims require these days. They say you're saved. I'm not saved. Leave me alone. I'm not saved. I got Yani. What you do with the Yani?
Yani wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
I just don't understand you.
I didn't even notice the Yani. But anyway, we gotta bounce.
All right. Well, we gotta get out of here.
Bounce is on Maghrib time.
Yeah, subhanAllah, man.
So thank you all for staying tuned in to the show. And don't forget,
like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
And if you don't, I don't care.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This has been Amoo Yum Yum, the podcast. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
See you next week, inshallah.